How do I trick my monkey brain from its comfort zone? Every time I start a piece, it's always straightforward POV face. But I want to have perspective, some things that excites the eye. But my brain and hands always default to comfort zone. Oh, very good question. You gotta have your brain dip its toe in hot water and force it to be comfortable in hot water. So there's nothing, you gotta do multiple drawings, Des. Create bite-sized drawings that you can finish over and over again. Because the reason why you don't draw different head poses is because you're not good at it yet. You get what I mean? So the more you get better at something, the more you can create that thing. It's like, how do I put this in gamer terms? Um, you know how there are trees in Stardew Valley that you can't chop yet, but it has planks that you need to move on to have to build another house. You know what I mean? So you need to unlock that golden axe. In art terms, the golden axe is the ability to see things in a certain pose three-dimensionally. You get what I mean? So you gotta study a particular pose. Like let me show you an example. Yeah, let's let's okay. Let's just use this. I want you to do something like this. If you are gonna draw heads, I want you to spend a day with your edibles, okay? And I want you to just draw heads, just like that. Don't even put some detail on it. I want you to create heads in different as best as you can. It doesn't need to be perfect, but I need you to make mistakes a lot. That's how it is, man. The reason why I can draw the way I do is because it's it's built around a foundation of hundreds upon thousands of mistakes. You don't learn from getting better. Well, you do, but most of the time you learn from your mistakes because your skill needs to catch up to your aesthetic, and every person has their own aesthetic. And the best way to do that is to perpetually soak your brain in hot water, in uncomfortable waters, in order for it to get used to it. You get what I mean? If you do this, if you create different if you create things that you don't do, your brain gets comfortable. It goes like, "Oh, this feels really good. I didn't think this would feel good, but it does." So, I want you to spend a day when you're this weekend, okay? Put on your favorite movie, relaxing movie, pop an edible, draw hundreds of heads. Can you do that for me? I swear to you, Des, if you do this on the weekend, talk to me on Monday, and you'd be like, "What the fuck? I can see music." That's how it is. Do that. I feel like I'm standing still, not improving much these days. That just means you're about to have a breakthrough demo. Remember, this is it, chat. This is your brain, okay? We talked about this graph. Let's talk about it again. I hope chat is listening because this is very, very important. This is a graph. Very good. So you have your aesthetic. Okay. And let's just put aesthetic and your skill. It's here. Okay. Now, here it is, chat. This graph is very important. Your aesthetic, your taste in art, because you consume art on a daily basis, because you always see beautiful things out there. It's like this. Perpetually, it always rises up. Your taste in art always rises up. And your skill, this is it. Eh. Oh my god, what the fuck? Eh. Eh. Oh shit, I understand something. What the fuck? I'm depressed. Then you don't do art for a while. Then you slowly climb back up again. Where was I? All right, it's here. Fuck, I feel like I'm stagnating. 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 Then all of a sudden, there's a pulse, there's a heartbeat. And you know what? One of these days, your skill will touch your aesthetic. And once your skill touches your aesthetic, that's when you have a brain blast moment, a eureka moment, a moment where you feel like you're invincible and you feel like you can draw anything. You can just vomit things out of your brain mind and you can just put it in front of you. And then the next morning it disappears. And then you have to do the cycle all over again. Remember, if you start being comfortable doing art, you're doing it wrong. That means you're suffering from the Dunning Kruger effect. But if you are an artist and you are perpetually sad that your art isn't going anywhere, that's a good thing because you know why? That means you care about your art, you care about the quality of your work, and you care about your future. See, we are doomed to live a life of experiencing inadequacy on a daily basis because that's just how art is, man. We are doomed to live that life. Instead of focusing on likes and shares and follows and adoration from outside sources, I want you guys to focus on falling in love with whatever it is in here. This what brought you to waking up every day, doing art and failing art. I want you to in love with the most important thing, which is the work. Now I know it's very difficult. Phil, how do you fall in love with work? It's like eating shit every day and not getting rewarded from it. It's hard. But remember, we talked about in the previous stream, we talked about this Japanese word, kaizen, not jujutsu kaisen, the word kaizen. It basically means the never ending pursuit of unattainable perfection. The how an artisan thinks about his craft. See, uh, if you are an artisan, if your main goal in life is to perfect this thing that you do, that you feel like you were put in this world to do, that's what it is, man. Okay? So, remember, if you guys feel like you're not going anywhere with your art, if you guys feel like you're stagnating, remember, you guys are still here. See this? If you don't if you stop drawing, you will forever be stuck here. And if you're stuck there, you're not getting the dopamine hit. See, some people get the dopamine hit from posting art and getting all the likes and shares and comments. That is a fleeting way to get dopamine, and I need you to rewire your brain into getting dopamine from work. How do you get dopamine from your work? You might say. Well, you get dopamine from getting rewarded by knowledge. I know it's very lame to say, but getting dopamine from learning something is so powerful. I swear to you, chat, if you rewire your brain into getting dopamine from a kick from learning something, from improving something, it is a very, very powerful thing. And I want you to rewire your brain by drawing, accepting failure because failure is part of it. Never get well, yeah, like don't worry about it. It will disappear the more you do art, and it's just part of the process, baby.